There was a time when I thought peace would come once I had enough. Enough money, enough stuff, enough accomplishments to finally feel safe. But somewhere along the way, life sped up. The days blurred together, my house filled with things I didn't need, and my mind with worries I couldn't quiet. One morning, as the sun rose through my cluttered kitchen, I realized the truth. Peace doesn't live in more. It lives in less. So I started letting go. A drawer, a closet, a commitment at a time. With every bit of space I created, something beautiful returned. Silence, clarity, and the soft joy of simply being. I began to notice the smell of morning coffee, the sound of the wind through open windows, the steady rhythm of my own breathing. The world didn't slow down, but I did. And in that quiet, I found a kind of happiness that no purchase or achievement could buy. Maybe we've all been chasing peace in the wrong direction. Maybe, just maybe, it's been waiting for us in the empty spaces all along. A few years ago, I thought I was doing everything right. I worked hard, set big goals, and kept telling myself that happiness was just around the corner. Maybe after I got that promotion, or when I finally bought the bigger house. Every step forward felt like proof that I was winning. But strangely, the more I achieved, the emptier I felt. My days were full, but my heart wasn't. I was chasing success so hard that I didn't notice how tired, disconnected, and restless I had become. I remember one morning, I was sitting in my new car, stuck in traffic, sipping coffee that had gone cold. And suddenly this thought came over me. What am I doing all this for? I had everything I used to dream about, yet I couldn't feel the joy I thought would come with it. My home was beautiful but cluttered, not just with stuff, but with noise, bills, devices, distractions, and endless plans. Even my mind felt crowded. That's when I decided to slow down. It didn't happen overnight. I didn't just wake up one day and sell everything. It started small. I began letting go of things I didn't really need. Clothes that no longer fit, books I never read, decorations that had no meaning. With each box I gave away, I felt a strange sense of relief, like I was finally making space to breathe. Then something shifted inside me. I started noticing the quiet moments I used to rush past, the sound of rain on the window, the way morning light touches the kitchen table, the peace in drinking a cup of tea without checking my phone. I realized that happiness isn't something we buy or chase. It's something that grows in stillness when life becomes simple enough to see it clearly. The less I owned, the more I noticed what I already had. Laughter with friends, walks at sunset, the comfort of a calm evening at home. My relationships grew deeper, my mind lighter. I stopped comparing my life to others and started being grateful for the ordinary moments that once felt invisible. Minimalism, for me, isn't about empty rooms or strict rules. It's about clearing away the excess in my home, in my calendar, and in my thoughts so I can focus on what truly matters. It's about choosing peace over pressure, meaning over noise. Now, my life looks smaller from the outside, fewer things, fewer goals, but it feels infinitely bigger on the inside. I wake up each day feeling lighter, grounded, and content in a way that success alone never gave me. If I've learned one thing, it's this: peace doesn't come from adding more. It comes from needing less and finally realizing that what's left is more than enough.
Before I ever cleaned a drawer or gave away a single thing, I had to face the real clutter, the noise in my mind. The worries, the comparisons, the endless shoulds. I realized no tidy home could bring peace if my thoughts were in chaos. So I started small, quiet mornings, slow breaths, forgiving myself. And somehow the rest followed. My home grew lighter, my heart calmer. Decluttering wasn't about losing things. It was about finding space for what truly matters: peace, clarity, and a life that finally feels like mine. Every morning, before the noise of the day begins, I sit by the window with a cup of coffee and whisper a quiet thank you. Not for anything grand, just for the sunrise, the warmth in my hands, the chance to start again. Gratitude, I've learned, doesn't change what we have. It changes how we see it. The worries shrink, the moments soften, and suddenly life feels full again. Not because everything is perfect, but because I finally noticed the beauty that was always there. Every day, a little gratitude rewrites the story of my heart. I used to check my phone the moment I woke up. Emails, news, the endless scroll. One day, I turned it off for just an hour. At first, the silence felt strange, almost uncomfortable. But then I noticed the sound of birds outside, the warmth of my coffee, the peace in simply being. That quiet hour became my favorite part of the day, a time to breathe, to listen, to remember what truly matters. In a world that never stops talking, sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is to simply turn it off and come back to ourselves. I used to keep everything. Gifts I didn't love, clothes I never wore, memories that no longer felt like me. My home was full, yet my heart felt heavy. One day, I began letting go, piece by piece. The noise faded. What remained were the things that breathed peace into my soul. A photo, a cup, a quiet corner by the window. Now, when I walk through my home, I feel a calm whisper saying, "You have enough." It's not about owning less, it's about keeping what truly matters. The objects, the spaces, and the moments that let your spirit rest and smile again. When life felt too heavy, I started walking. Not fast, not far, just enough to feel the earth beneath my feet again. The rustle of leaves, the whisper of wind, the quiet rhythm of my breath, they reminded me that peace doesn't cost a thing. No spa, no luxury retreat could match the calm of a sunset over an open field or the sound of birds waking with the dawn. Nature asked for nothing, yet gave everything: clarity, gratitude, and a gentle reminder that joy still lives in the simplest moments, waiting patiently for us to slow down and listen. I used to spend years chasing things: the newest car, the biggest house, the next shiny upgrade. But the older I get, the more I realize none of it lasts. The leather fades, the gadgets break, the thrill disappears. What stays are the moments. Laughing with family on the porch, watching a sunset that took my breath away, holding someone's hand when words weren't enough. Those are the treasures time can't steal. Choose moments, not things. Because one day, when the noise quiets and the world slows down, it's those simple, beautiful memories that will fill your heart, not your shelves.
I used to think peace was something I'd find someday. Maybe after I retired, maybe when the kids were grown, or when life finally slowed down on its own. I thought peace lived somewhere far away, like a quiet cabin by the lake, or a place untouched by noise and worry. But the truth is, peace never waited for me out there. It was waiting for me right here, in the small moments I used to rush past. I remember one morning, nothing special, just another Tuesday. I was standing at the kitchen counter, scrolling through the news, half listening to the coffee drip, half thinking about everything I had to do. Then, for some reason, I stopped. I put down my phone, turned off the noise, and just stood there. The sun was pouring through the window, painting the floor in gold. I could smell the coffee, hear the quiet hum of the fridge, and feel my own breath move in and out. That moment, still, simple, ordinary, felt like peace, and it didn't come from anything new. It came from choosing to be there. I've learned that peace isn't something we stumble upon when life becomes easy. It's something we create, moment by moment, through our choices. Every time we choose less over more, stillness over speed, gratitude over comparison, we build a small piece of peace. It's not glamorous. It doesn't come wrapped in grand adventures or perfect days. It comes quietly, like a whisper that says, "This is enough." Over the years, I've started noticing how full our lives can get. Full of noise, full of things, full of plans. We keep adding, hoping that more will make us feel complete. But often it's the letting go that makes space for what matters most. When I cleared out the clutter in my home, I found more than clean shelves. I found mental space. When I stopped saying yes to every invitation, I found time to rest, to think, to breathe. And when I learned to sit in silence without needing to fix, plan, or achieve, I found myself again. Peace isn't out there waiting in a better job, a bigger house, or a perfect morning routine. It's in the choice to pause before reacting. It's in the decision to forgive. It's in the moments when we listen, truly listen, to the people we love. It's when we take that walk without our phone, when we make tea slowly, when we watch the sunset without needing to capture it. I've come to see that peace is not a destination, but a practice, a gentle, daily act of choosing what truly matters. And the older I get, the more I understand, the quieter life becomes, the louder the heart speaks. We don't need to chase peace, we just need to make room for it, by choosing less, by choosing presence, by simply being here, now.